Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday. I think it's April 27th. We're someplace new. We're up at Paul Lake, and we're going to hike from the village side. And who knows where we're going to end up, right? It's about 7 a.m. List of rules. And let's roll. It's a little bit chilly. It's about 5 degrees colder, I think, than it was back at home. So I got to get moving quickly here or I'll freeze to death. I just want to get moving before I see anybody else on the trail. You know me. It's pretty, but it's chilly out here. I wanted to get out here before people started running chainsaws and motorboats and that kind of stuff. I was going to take the motorcycle out, but the skies look kind of ominous. You know what I mean? My lips are frozen. Hold on a sec. I got to zip up the old vest here. I'm freezing my butt. Well, I'm zipped up. You see, it's a lot colder than I thought. I had a down vest in the car. Oh well, let's hike. I almost went straight. I was going to go up to Clearwater, but maybe we'll do that soon, but just wasn't feeling it today, you know what I mean? Oh, there's a crow. This area has always been one of my favorites. It feels like real wilderness, even though you're really close to Kamloops. You're only about 20 kilometers off the main highway. Hello, Mr. Crow. What are you doing, my friend? I wonder why that is sometimes. You can really hear their wings. Wings, you know? They make that vroom, 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 vroom noise, and other times you can't. Got the old Canada geese happening. Just two of them. Well, I'm glad I didn't bring the paddleboard up. It's too cold for that still, especially up here. Maybe in the city in the middle of the day. Okay. But I can't leave the camera on the whole time, so I'm going to turn it off here in a second. You see down the lake there? That big bluff up there? We're going to the top of that. And then if we still got any energy, we're going to head right down to the main campground after that. All right? Paul Lake. A great lake for paddling. You can paddle the entire thing, you know, in a bunch of hours, but it's very, very nice. I used to hike this with my kids when they were really young, and my mom and my dad and the dogs. It's dogs got to be on a leash in here, but you know, plenty of places for the little guys to take a slurp. Definitely seen bears in here before, but yeah, it's a little place you could pull up in your paddleboard or kayak, right, and say, you know. Yeah, it's pretty in here. Oh, what do we got here on the water? Oh, what is that? I think that's a Canada goose. Hello, Mr. Sir. Hello. Hi. Hello. What's your name? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. See ya. Well, isn't that nice? Oh, it's cold. Very cold out here. Look at this. See, we're right here by the lake. Look at this. What is this? We'll just take a quick look. Looks like the kids have been building something. Look at that. Right by these two big trees. Isn't that wild? These are big trees too. Oh, look at that. Okay. A few big ones left in here. Okay, let's move on. Oh, cool. Where I parked there, it didn't say no parking, but it's more of a car top boat launch, so I don't know where they expect you to park. But I've parked there over the years, never had any problems. Just keep the access clear. That's a big old log. The lake is glassy. It would have been a good paddle, right? But you'd have to be dressed for it, and you don't want to fall in. I find Paul Lake has, like all lakes, got winds blowing one direction or the other at certain times of day. So if you plan it right, it can be a really nice paddle or a really fatiguing paddle. Well, this is nice. Yeah, lucky people over there claimed their little piece of paradise on the other side of the lake. Yeah, it's very nice. Okay, Barry, let's turn it off for a few minutes. Mind you, it's just beautiful, isn't it? Well, look at that old stump. And there's the rest of them laying in the water. Looks like they cut him down because he was rotted. It's just the inside's completely hollow. Wow. But we're right next to the mountain here. It really captures the cold. It really has a chill in the air. Ooh. Feels like you could almost see your breath in here. A couple other access points to the water, right? If you're out for a paddle and you got to get out for a little squirt or anything like that, right? Oh, here's a cute little tree. Look at this one. It's a nice wildlife tree. It might have a few live branches left on it, but not too much left of it. Right? Not much. Yeah, lots of memories out here. Walking out here with the kids holding their hands, right? Running, tripping, you know, all the usual stuff. Climbing up on this, probably. I mean, how many kids have climbed up on that, right? Okay. That's a beauty behind me there. Look at that tree. Wow, that's big. Wow. Looks like it's in good shape, too. Lots of those beautiful yellow flowers in here. As usual, sort of a Kamloops feature this time of year. Okay, Mr. Bear, we need a Mr. Bear today. I've seen every variety of animal in here over the years. Every variety. As long as they're friendly. Yeah, springtime. Yeah, definitely springtime now. Mm-hmm. That's an odd looking tree. Definitely watch for falling rock in this area. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at this log. Careful now, old man. Careful now, old man. Success. That was fun. Ooh. It's very rugged in here. Very cold. I love Canada. What a springtime. I know so many lakes and places like this that I used to go to. If I don't fly off anywhere, I got so many places I can take you guys to. So many cool places. Wow, it's so nice out here. Well, we're getting there. We're going to end up on top of that hill where all that rock is. You can paddle around there. On the other side, where the end of the houses is, there's another little provincial picnic area, but you have to take the road that way from the other side of the lake. And the provincial campground is over top of that mountain, and there's a trail that goes down that way too. But yeah, that's nice. That sun feels good. I was hoping we'd get a little bit of that. See the hair on my arms? Hey, I've adapted for the cold climate here. My fur is giving me insulation today. The smell of the forest is something else, right? Look at that moss, it's beautiful. That's so soft. Wow. Make a bed out of that. Look here, civilization. Look at that's a nice little bench. Lyle and Sylvia Johnston. Forever at the lake, forever in her hearts. Look at that. What a nice spot that is. I love the water. Sure makes me want to go for a paddle, but I love to hike too. Look at this, a place you could, a whole bunch of people could sit down there and maybe lay down, have a little nap. Look at that. Somebody's put that up. That's a great spot. Look at this. Paul Lake, British Columbia. Very nice. Oh, look up there. See where that snow is? That's Harper Mountain. If you drive and you continue on past the village, you can go up there. I used to, one of the three or four ski hills, 5 ski hills that used to be in Kamloops. One of my old school chums' family, that used to be their ski hill. I don't know if it still is. But we used to go up there when we were kids for birthday parties and things. They had a little lodge and great little family run ski hill, you know, with wood burning, you know, dress up area. Oh, you hear that woodpecker? I am falling in love with Kamloops again. This whole area. People got to get out and enjoy it. Not on the sauce and being lunatics running big motors on lakes. Get out and walk it, paddle it. Enjoy nature. Get your nature therapy on, right? Look at that forest. Where's the Sasquatch when you need one? Or the bear? Look at the woodpecker. How did this get here? Look at this. Somebody must have floated that over here on the dock or boat. You don't be packing that on your back. Wow, look at that. Okay? Somebody probably walks out here and sits down there and reads a book. It's probably their little secret spot. This lake gets quite warm. It's a good swimming lake. It's deep. It's good for fishing if you feel you got a snag fish by the lip. You know what I think of that? Anyway, it's possible to enjoy the forest without doing that, isn't it? Look at that little birdie. Hello, little birdie. Watch your step here. Did you hear the woodpeckers? Little erosion. Oh, I'm starting to get super happy. Sorry. Sorry. Don't apologize for being happy, right? I'm glad you guys are coming along today. Hope it makes you happy. And if you're able to, get out here for real. You know, you can come with me on the videos, but if you can get out for real, that's wonderful too. But I know some people can't. It's not very convenient for them. Wow. You can see all the pollen on the water. You see that that stuff on the water? That's usually pollen. Hey, there's a big ponderosa. Whoa. Look at the bark on that. Somebody lost their doggy tag. It's on the stump out here. Just walk the trail. Right there. Yeah, we used to ride our mountain bikes through here too, so it is suitable to ride a mountain bike. It gets a little bit steep once we start climbing up to the bluff, but a guy can push his bike if you don't have the legs for it, right, or the gears. And it speeds things up a little bit if you got a bike too, but are we in a rush? No. Isn't this nice? Now we're a little bit away from the side of the mountain now. The lake is just like glass. That's when you want to be out for a paddle. If I was paddling right now, all I would do is oh, hello, birdie. He was right on top of this. That's that birch bark. I'd have a fleece coat on. Unzipped, just in case I fall into water, right? You don't want to have a bunch of heavy clothes on if you have to go in. There's no reason to fall in if you know what you're doing, right? But be prepared just in case, right? Look at this rock here. Climb up there with your wife. How did you get here, Big Rock? Where'd you come from? You just all by yourself here. It's probably a big mountain up there. Either that got, I don't know if that got pushed down by a glacier or that rolled down way before these trees grew up. Nature's little mysteries. Lots of mysteries. Way more mysteries than answers in this world. Oh, look at here. Bench number 2. Oh, that's nice. What's this one say? In memory of George McIntosh and Lorraine McIntosh. Huh. That's nice. A lot of people from around the Kamloops area really enjoyed. Paul Lake is really a gem. Look at the reflection of the trees on that glassy water. We walked from all the way down there. The village is down there, Paul Lake Village, and there's still the cabins here. We're just about at the end of the cabins, and we're almost going to start climbing up. Almost. We're going to continue on. Well, definitely warming up a little bit now. We climbed quite a ways above the lake. And, oh, here's a little patch of sun up here. Maybe warm up a bit. Yeah, e-bike, I don't know if they're allowed in here, but I used to ride mine in here. This is a steep climb for a bicycle. You definitely be in low gear. And you'd be breathing like me right now. My breathing seems to be getting louder lately. I don't know what's going on. The lake is down there through those trees. Trust me. Let's keep climbing. A little switchback here. And up and away. Everywhere. Now we're up here. We're at the bottom, now we're here. That's right, son. Oh, there's a deer up there. You see it? I wonder if I should be on big head mode for this. He's up there. Wow. Let's just turn it off for a minute. Unless he comes out. He's stopped up there. I can see where he stopped. We'll just hold on here. Still climbing. You can see a little bit of glassy lake through the trees. You probably won't be able to see it on camera, but I can see it. But we're climbing. Definitely climbing. Nice to get out here early. Beat the crowds. It is Sunday. I think there's a what do you call it? Boogie the Bridge, some kind of running race in Kamloops today. The sun hitting the mountainside, that's pretty. Whew. At one time this was for something. I sometimes put these little crooked gates in here. If they're trying to keep bikes out and stuff. Kind of useless now, whatever it's there. Can you see the lake through there? I'll see if I can big head that for you. Can you see the lake through there? It's hard to tell because it reflects the mountains right into it. Right into the water. We've been climbing. Kind of nature is so beautiful, man. It makes you feel really good to be out here. Using your body. Well, we've made it to here. We started over here. We are now here. That was quite a climb. And there's two trails here. This one goes to the campground. And then we got this one here, which goes to the picnic ground. You know, the main provincial campground. I almost missed it. It's been a long time since I've been up here. And then we've got the lookout one, which I think is this little one over here. I think that's it. I'm going to try it, and just looks a lot different than I remember. So let's give it a shot. If it's the wrong trail, I know the one I'm supposed to be on could possibly be more that way. But we're going to try this one. I think this might be it. If it's not, we'll find out. But the trail is going to be a little bit steeper. Let me check back with you. Yeah, this is starting to get real now. Hey, look at that. Starting to get real now. That's steep. I hope this is the right trail. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera off for a sec here. Well, I'll tell you what. I think I made that mistake when I was a kid before. I just came up this. It's pretty sketchy. You could fall. And then it hooks up with this trail. Look at this one, how nice this one is. So don't take that one I showed you. When I go down, I'm going to go down this one. It'll hook up to the main trail again. A little bit deceiving, that sign. I bet it's fooled a lot of people. But this trail's okay. It's still steep, but it's wide and safe, right? The other one I was grabbing with my hands on the way up. I couldn't film. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. It was worth it, wasn't it? Look at this. Got a little bench up here. Wow. Let's throw that on the big head for a sec. Wow. We started way down at the end of the lake there. Followed the edge, climbed up. There's a bench up here. We're still not at the top. And be careful with your off-piste around here, man. It's just not worth it. Look at that. Paul Lake. Oh. Wow. There's sheer cliffs just down here. Don't mess around. Don't be taking these. Don't. Don't let your dogs loose up here. You may never see them again. And you can see through the trees there a little bit of Harper Mountain Ski Hill. Very cool. So worth it. I'll show you the proper trail on the way down, but we're going to summit here. It's not that much further. If I recall, there's like a little loop trail or something up here. Wow, this is so cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's roll. Oh yeah, this is nice. Yeah, see, there's little offshoots all over up here. Let's take a quick look over here. Oh yeah, this isn't... Look at that. Oh, wow. Wow. Down there, that's the end of the row of cabins, and right down in there, there's a picnic table and a parking area down there in that corner, right at the end of the road. And you can see Harper Mountain still got some snow on it up there. I don't know if the lighting's any good to see that, but it's up there. I'm just going to turn it off for a minute. This is amazing. And the main trail, but there's lots of these little offshoot trails. Just be super careful on those. They sometimes take you to some pretty precarious spots, right? And there's all sorts of little offshoots. I'm going to stick on the main one for a few bits here. Wow, this is so nice. Lots of little ziggy-zaggy trails. Oh, there's a bench over here. Let's go see. Oh, this looks like our first glimpse of the other side end of the lake. It was blocked by the bluff. Look here. Wow. Again, be careful where you're stepping. But Paul Lake Provincial Park is where that green is down there. And there's more cabins down that end and the end of the other end of the lake. Just like glass, look at that. Yeah, zoom it out for you. Like glass. Man, I gotta come for an early paddle one time. But you can start at the part there and paddle this edge, or you can cross paddle both sides. But that lake is just like a mirror right now. It's just quiet as can be up here. And there's another bench. I think that was a good idea to come up here today before we venture anything more further into the woodsy. That's a nice little bench. Wow. Maybe I'll just sit here for a while and soak it up, right? Isn't that nice? Well, it's about 20 after 8 in the morning. And there's no phone service up here. I just checked my phone, so yeah, just don't rely on that having internet or anything up here. But I think I'm gonna take another little explore around up here before anybody else shows up. But I hope nobody shows up. I might hang out a while up here. I don't think I'm gonna head down to the campground. I'll probably just retrace my steps on the way back. We'll do a little bit more filming when we're up here. But it's peaceful. Very peaceful up here. Amazing up here. Wow. You see me? Wow. Wow. Nice out here. I remember coming up here when we were kids. Or if with my kids too, and with girlfriends, all sorts of stuff, right? It's really an amazing spot. It takes a little bit of effort, but it's worth it. I'm gonna take a little look up here, maybe. I'll take a quick look through here. Wow. Yeah, I know there's some pretty sketchy areas over here. I has to be really careful. Oh my, look at that. Oh my. Oh my. Isn't that something? Wow. We're up there. Panoramic view up here. There's lots of other little lookouts here too. Wow. A little bit windier down where we started now. There's a ski hill over there again. Wow. You could probably lay out on this rock, have a little suntan. Have I lost the bench? Oh no, there it is. I cut through here again. There we go. I think I'm going to sit here for a while in the sun. Is that okay? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. It's just too nice. Wow. Let's try out my whistle. I don't know what to do. I kind of don't feel like leaving, right? If you were up here in the winter or whatever, I'd definitely be careful. Pretty good traction now, but don't get yourself in a position where you start to freeze or anything like down on that loose stuff. And when you're out paddling now, you paddle right around the base of these cliffs, and it is cliffs all the way to the bottom. When we were young, we used to roll rocks off here, but you just don't know who's down below, right? There's a little bay down there right at the end of the docks that you can paddle and swim down there, and there's a little picnic table and parking area. Yeah. I may have even camped up here when I was a kid. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm sure I did. But there's a little bit of area to roam around up in here, right? And I'm sure at times it gets crowded. Ooh. Sometimes you hear things when you're up by yourself. You just wonder what it is. Yeah, but we're right at the top of a little mountain in here. You could set a tent up in here, right? Or someone like here. Would be just perfect. Look at that. Oh, so nice up here. Thanks for coming along today. I hope you enjoy this. This has been a real highlight up here. You head up to places like this, you just don't know when the next time you're going to be up, right? So let's get moving, and we'll show you the proper trail on the way down. Oh, I just don't want to go. It's nice to be up here by yourself, but it would be amazing if you were sharing this with somebody too, right? Be careful with little kids and dogs. It's just, but you know, if you're camped up at Paul Lake, you know, because there's a campground, or if you're up swimming during the day, you can get a nice hike in too. Okay, I'm gonna just turn it off for a minute or two here. Oh, it's chilly in the woods. You can see lots of little trails you can zip up. We were just up there, right? But we accessed it differently. And the trail just starts to ziggy-zaggy down here. All these little trails, you can explore them, just be careful, right? So here's that little place I took the shortcut. And this is the proper trail here. We'll go down here. It goes the same place. Probably doesn't add on a lot anyway. Distance. I can actually see the trail down there on the bottom. Look at all that moss. And the lake is on the other side of this little mountain we were just on. I'm just going to turn it off for a sec here. This is what it looks like when you're on the right trail. See, it gets flat, and we're down to a flat area. And this is where I thought I was before I was over here. I'll show you quickly. Yeah, I always thought there was a bench here, right? So you get the nice little bench right here. And there's the sign. 1 kilometer from here to the boat launch at the provincial park, and 1.6 put you right in the campground. And we started over here. 0.3 kilometer from this point to the top of Gibraltar Rock is what it's called. And 2 kilometers back, I think, yeah, well, we're sort of about here. It's a little over 2 k's back from where we started, but no motorcycles, ATVs, snowmobiles permitted on trails. Dogs must be kept on a leash. In case of emergency, call 911. This is the way down the campground, and we got to go back this way. I just wanted to check this little thing out over here. What is this? Oh, some more people. A little memorial plaque. And some really nice painted rocks. Look at that. Look at those sandstone ones shaped like hearts. That one says brother on it. Well, I bet you somewhere on these when I was a kid, teenager, 40 years ago, probably got my initials carved in there, but been painted over 20 times. But yeah, you'll come across this bench and then you go up that way if you want to go up to the top of Gibraltar Rock. And let's go back this way. This is lovely. You know you're on the right trail. It looks really manicured, right? But the trail back that way towards the provincial park, definitely, you know, a nice big trail. And this way back to the village is definitely the little bit longer, harder hike, but still quite, you know, not difficult. Here we go. Yeah, see, now we're back to where we were when we took our last detour. So this one here goes up to the campground. And here's the sign we looked at before. And this was the little secret trail we took up. If you're going to take this one, you know, it's to the point where you might be grabbing with your hands, right? So be careful on that one. And this is the way we came up this morning. We could have walked down to the other, to the campground, but we'll save that for another time. You know, there's no need. Next time we go up, maybe I'll film that part of that section for you. Of course, Paul Lake Provincial Park is nice. There's a beach there, boat launch, and some washroom facilities, and they even have an area, specific beach area set aside for dogs and that kind of thing. But I really just wanted to do the hike today to the top and show you. And I'm not going to film all this all the way down because we did little its and bits already. So I'm most likely going to put the camera away. Just keep it just in case we run across a bear or some animals or something else interesting, or maybe we'll take a little break. I hope everybody's having a nice weekend with their families, and if they're not, I hope keep your chin up, be happy. No point in worrying about what happened yesterday. Live in the moment, right? Live in the moment, be happy. Old man advice. I got to take my advice sometimes too, right? Yeah. See you guys in the next one. I know I signed off, but I just wanted to show you guys the difference. It was glass, now it's almost blowing my hat off. We're back at the little chair. Look at that, we were on the top of that hill, that mountain up there. I met one man about 15 minutes ago going up, and that's it. So I got to remember that. If you want the glass, come early, right? But it was cold. Now it's nice and warm. Look at these little birdies. Oh. Wow. Okay, sorry to bother you again. But it's I can feel the nice warm sun on my back now. It's a nice finish. I love jogging downhill, so I sort of ran the steep parts on the way down, and nice and gentle. Don't take big steps so you blow your knees out. Keep it, make sure it feels light, or don't do it. Old man advice. Oh, Barry. Maybe sometimes that's half your problem. You got too much advice. Okay, is it? I only say it out of love. Yep.